We untangle the messy web of Tabor and Gallagher 1 week before Election Day. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News. First, the Sunday snowstorm was a blessing and a curse for the East Troublesome Fire.
The snow has been very effective at slowing things down, preventing any fire spread, and really limiting any challenging areas from a fire perspective. So biggest threat right now that the firefighter faces is cold weather and slick roads and access, getting things stuck, and not being able to see in the snow the hazard that exists.
That was Incident Commander Noel Livingston from an update this morning. The fire is 20% contained today, but that is limited to the south end, nearest Granby.
The portion of the fire that's up in the park and on the other side above Estes Park is essentially uncontained at this point.
Forecast through Saturday calls for sun and little precipitation, and Livingston had this warning.
To be frank, the fuels were extremely dry. I know we've been through a number of snowstorms up to this point already. And so one of the concerns is that this is not a season-ending event necessarily.
Hundreds of residents are returning home to Grand Lake and areas east of Highway 34 today. Grand County Sheriff Brett Schroetlin.
They got a lot of people back into their homes thanks to the utility companies, law enforcement, fire officials that worked days and days to get that actually open.
But snow is again a mixed blessing.
My obligation to the community is to make sure that I provide them that accurate information. So I need to make sure that the correct house is on the correct parcel, working with our county assessor's office to make sure that's correct. You know, the snow is not helping us at all out there.
Early estimates show 300 to 400 homes were destroyed. The final tally is still days or even weeks away. Today, in the Krystal 93 election primer, county commissioner candidates explain the Gallagher Amendment and Taxpayer Bill of Rights, aka TABOR, and why they don't always play nice. Most candidates agree the Gallagher tax ratio is broken, but Daryl Bohall does not believe repealing it through Amendment B is a cure-all.
If Gallagher is repealed, is that commercial property tax rate going to stay the same? Is it going to go up, possibly hurting businesses, and they may have to either close or cut workforce?
Sitting Commissioner Elizabeth Lawrence helped to write Measure 1A, a local solution to the Gallagher problem, if Amendment B fails.
I believe it's a Band-Aid. I'm not sure that it is the best way. It does stabilize the county government and stabilize the services that are coming in.
Erin Young believes it is time to rip the Band-Aid off.
I do support Amendment B because I think it looks at those root causes. It's not a Band-Aid fix. It's going down to what is an underlying illness within our funding structure as a state.
Alan Bacher will vote no on Amendment B, but says Gallagher and Tabor could use revisions.
I would be open to looking at parts of it that have had a disparate impact and unintended consequences as a result of a decision that were made years ago.
Tamara Pogue offers one revision to Tabor, a Citizen Financial Review Committee.
I think the citizens and the residents of Summit County have a right to look in depth at the county's budget and hold commissioners accountable to make sure that we are making good and responsible decisions around funding.
Tune in tomorrow as local candidates summarize their platforms and try to sway the undecided. Breckenridge Town Council hears the latest on tax revenue and a summer rebound at today's virtual council meeting. Town of Breck has collected $13.9 million in sales tax through September, down $2.6 million compared to last year. Revenue hit rock bottom in April when it fell by 68% before rebounding in July and August, led by double-digit gains for marijuana and short-term rentals. Pot sales were up 30% and 40% compared to July and August last year, equal to $2.37 million. Short-term rentals were way up 33% and 63% as visitors spent $36.2 million on rentals. Work session is happening right now. Regular meeting starts at 7. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency, opening day of Colorado ski season is less than 24 hours away, and it is happening at Wolf Creek. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. is first chair of the season there, after nearly 2 feet of snow this past Sunday and Monday. A blog post from A-Basin says they've still got to blow more snow before opening, and Loveland hopes to open within the week or two. In case you're wondering how this October compares to last year, it doesn't. October 2019 set snowfall records with 48 inches at Breckenridge and 44 inches at Keystone. That's the most in history, helping Keystone open top-to-bottom skiing by November 1st. This year, resorts have seen just a foot or less, most of that in the past 72 hours. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News.